All right, so Jacob, we have another bit of breaking news. This is coming from the courts regarding what ICE and Border Patrol are allowed to do in regards to protesters.
Well, there had been a stay on the ability to use force against the protesters across the country. And let me show you some video, Katie, just to give you an example of what we're talking about here. Earlier at this gas station in South Minneapolis, our team was on the scene from MS Now as what ICE observers suspect to be Greg Bavino and his contingent of, as you can see, heavily armed, kitted up federal agents. I don't know what they were doing, but they stopped at this gas station behind me, perhaps to fuel up, perhaps for a snack. They had been trailed by legions of ICE observers that are stationed all around Minneapolis. And what we have seen, of course, and most notably the use of force, Renee Good, by law, there has been a hold on the ability for these officers to confront these protesters. It is a temporary allowance of the Department of Homeland Security to use force in this, not only in Minneapolis, but in the other operations that we have been witnessing. And this is a mirror situation, Katie, as we have seen all around the country. From Los Angeles to Chicago to Charlotte to the halls of 26 Federal Plaza. Those are Border Patrol agents. And Greg Bavino is, of course, the so-called commander at large of the United States Border Patrol. They have been rolling. He has been rolling through communities just like this. You see their social media crew in that footage right there documenting these protesters that have been following them everywhere. And this is exactly as they drew it up. As far as Laura's reporting about the Insurrection Act, both J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, said to me that they believed that they were trying to provoke those very agents that you were seeing, the types of confrontations that we are now discussing, so that the president of the United States could invoke the Insurrection Act and put the exact type of troops that Laura and David Root are both reporting on right now in the streets of cities like Minneapolis, where I am right now.
So a U.S. Court of Appeals has temporarily lifted the restrictions on use of force against protesters by ICE. They've granted the motion for an administrative stay pending another appeal. So when we're talking about what that's going to mean for the ICE and Border Patrol agents who are on the ground, if you're talking about a circumstance like we just showed, the video of the ICE and Border agents at the gas station and the people following them, what would they now be allowed to do in regards to that crowd?
Here's the thing, Katie, and let's be realistic. We have seen uses of force by these very agents, irrespective of the ruling by the court. We have seen mace and pepper spray, less lethal munitions used throughout Minneapolis over the course of this Operation Metro Surge, so-called, that has netted, in the words of Greg Bavino, 3,000. They call them, quote-unquote, criminal illegal aliens. I will tell you that they are anything from the so-called worst of the worst. Many people who are going about their everyday activities have been rounded up in this city, and they say 10,000 since the beginning of the Trump administration a year ago in this area. If they say they weren't using force, that's not what the video has shown in Minneapolis, around the greater Minneapolis-St. Paul area. I guess ostensibly, perhaps they would be permitted under this court ruling to do that now, but what the observers will tell you, what the people on the streets have been following them will tell you and have told us, and we have witnessed ourselves, our team's been on the ground here over the course of the last several weeks, it's that type of force has been, in some cases. All you have to do is look at the footage that is playing out online and on our very own network to see what types of tactics these officers and agents have been using.
Jacob,
here in Minneapolis.
I'm curious, just more broadly about Minneapolis. What is it like there right now? Are there checkpoints? Are these officers going door to door? What's it like in the city?
We have been plugged in. Alex Tabbitt, who has been doing some extraordinary reporting, has been well plugged in, is here producing with me right now, to these networks of ICE observers around the city. And what we have been seeing every single day that we are here is that there are operations ongoing on a daily basis. My mom's from St. Louis Park here in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. I used to come here many summers to the State Fair to experience what she did growing up. It's a wonderful place. They say it's Minnesota nice. People are on edge here. It's not like I've ever seen it. Everywhere you go, people have said they have seen ICE. I was at a protest yesterday afternoon in Government Plaza in downtown Minneapolis. People from all walks of life are coming out, not just people that are directly affected by all of this, because there is a terrorizing effect on this community by these agents that are being here, Katie. And I think that it has disrupted, in the middle of winter, by the way, people in such a way that they feel compelled to go out and stand on the street in sub-zero temperatures to protest the activities that are playing out across Minnesota right now.